G'day one. Hey there. As this video is entailed, is my thoughts on the state and federal election. Now, while you're listening to me chat, you can have a look at the ocean in the foreground. Anyway, so now my first thoughts on the Victorian election, this coming Victorian election, is that Liberals are going to win. Greens will pick up some seats because of the Melbourne Knights will want to vote Greens because of what Labor's so far done. What have they done in Melbourne, or lack what they've done in Melbourne. The Independents will pick up more seats, but I've got a feeling that Liberals will win Victoria. And here's why. First of all, the crime, the amount of crime that was happening in Victoria, the Sudanese gangs and stuff like that, and where police officers were told not to, well, basically we're telling people don't cause waves, don't report it. It's going to take 5 hours for us to get to that because we're too busy. A lot of these things, this is a lot of facts. And a lot of news reporting now says, oh, there's these youth people robbed this store or robbed this owner, but they failed to mention what colour the skin was, who they were, what ethnicity group was it. Was it white? Was it Asian? Was it Italian? Was it something else? But they failed to mention it. But then I'm looking at the news and going, well, they were Sudanese. Sure enough, a couple of days later, yes, they were Sudanese, because they eventually decided to bring it out in the news that the Sudanese people that did it. Now, why wasn't that mentioned at the very beginning of the news, right? Why is the media not doing their job properly? Okay, that's another thing. But anyway, let's go back to the leader of the Victorian government. Now, he made one big mistake. He made a secret deal with China. I will not support this Labor government in Victoria now. I cannot honestly support them, because I think, we always have to look after Australia first and Australians first. Jobs for Australia first. Get Australians into jobs. Get our companies, build our companies up. That's what our government should be doing, and helping and looking after. Okay? Not China, making secret deals with China, infrastructure deals with China that we're going to have to pay back in the future. Especially not secret fucking deals. Okay, as far as I'm concerned, that's a big no-no in my book. It's worse than TPP. Okay, the TPP, they knew what they were going into, and we know as Australians we're going to have to vote the Liberals out to get them out of power so we can actually change the TPP. That brings me now to the federal election. Now, this leader, out of the three leaders they've had, the Liberals, since the last election, only one the Australian people voted in. We didn't vote in Malcolm Turnbull. He stabbed Tony Abbott in the back. We didn't vote this wanker in. He stabbed Malcolm Turnbull in the back. Right? Oh, sorry, the other one. Sorry, Malcolm Turnbull stabbed Tony Abbott in the back. Sorry, my fault. And then this one stabbed Malcolm Turnbull in the back. That's the first no in my book. Don't change leaders. Simple as that. If you have a bad leader, stick with the leader till the next fucking election. Okay? Or use that leader somehow so you can actually make it to the next election and win. Don't be doing that. We, the Australian people, should be choosing who wants to rule us, not you wankers up the top up there. Okay? That's my opinion, and I'll stick to it. And if you keep changing leaders, it's the same with the Labor Party. If they change leaders, no good reason, right? That means either the leader's not insane or whatever, is unfit to rule, then they don't deserve to be hold power either. So as far as I'm concerned, the Liberals fucked up there. Second thing, the Liberals fucked up on. These are only a couple of small things they're fucked up on. But they're going to pay for it, because Pauline Hanson will win more votes. One Nation, which is Pauline Hanson, is going to win more votes. The Independents are going to win more votes, of course, and the Greens will win more votes, depends, unless they fuck up with their stupid ideological arguments, saying that we should pass a law saying that babies shouldn't have sexes till they actually decide what they should be. No, that's wrong. That is so sad. Anyway, let's go back to him. He signed the TPP, right, with 11 other nations, and as far as I'm concerned, it's a joke. Honestly, it's one of the worst possible things you could do. Even before Donald Trump became president of the United States, said that was the worst thing we could do. How can you sign something that gives our future governments sovereign rights to govern away, right? Perfect example. Let's say the Chinese government tried to build a gas rig out here, right? We notice the gas is leaking, or the oil's leaking, or whatever, and it's causing environmental damage. So the federal government and state governments all get together and they change the law that says they have to fix up the damage and stuff like that, right? And all of a sudden they turn around and sue us in a secret court because that law affects their bottom dollar, right? To me, that's a joke, right? That is a joke, right? How can we sign away our sovereign rights to govern Australia, for future governments to govern Australia, without a foreign company? Now, mind you, this company could be a foreign company, but also owned by a foreign country like China. So that country, just watching this crow, that country, right, is technically then suing Australia. That's how it comes down to, right? And that's in a secret court held by secret people. Now, New Zealand wrote a letter saying we're not going to sign this if you have this in the clause. It's not going to be part of it. That's smart. Canada has the same clause. America backed out of the deal because they realised it was crap. Okay, it's no good. Get rid of their certain clauses so we can't be sued for changing the laws that benefit Australia or Australians, right? Can't be sued. Not only that, this federal government was trying to push a new marine bill. Okay, it got squashed, thank God, in the Senate. But trust me, if they ever get elected again, they'll try to push it again. That marine bill would cost Australian jobs. First of all, they had their conference meeting with foreign marine-owned companies, not in the general public, but foreign marine-owned companies, not anywhere else. So that's the first mistake they made. And the second thing, the bill was to put quite bluntly, let me just crow. Hello. The bill was put quite comfortably that they were going to favour foreign-owned ownership boats over Australian-owned boats and foreign workers. Now, one of the Australian marine people said, "I can't deal with this. It's going to send me basically bankrupt if you change these regulations." Right? And I don't know all the regulations, but the government turned around and said to him, goes, "Oh, you can. Just sack all your workers, take the Australian flag off your ship, put a foreign flag on your ships, and then hire foreign workers, like from Indonesia and Singapore at cheaper rates." So you've got a then inferior crew doing jobs in Victoria. Not Victoria, but the whole of Australia, on the oceans and that. And as one person said, the jobs, the only had accidents. The only accidents reported on Australian waters were owned by foreign companies. Okay, overseas companies, overseas boats, by overseas crews. And the only accidents that, as far as I know, have happened on the Australian waters by the marine. So I'm saying, but it's going to cost thousands of people's jobs though, but the government's fine with that. And not only that, look, you've got to go back through history too. Malcolm Turnbull turned around and said, what's the problem with giving banks $50 billion or $60 billion tax cut? The banks don't do that, everybody knows that. They're making record profits. We don't need to constantly keep making profit after profit after profit. This is where the world's going to collapse eventually, how I see it in the future, because everybody's interested in looking after the shareholders and making more money. That ideological move has to stop. One day it's going to collapse. The bubble's going to burst eventually. And when it does, might not be my generation, but probably predicted about 2 or 3 generations' time, if we continue down the same pathway, if we put profit above this planet and the people on the planet and the animals on the planet and the air we breathe. If we constantly do all that, we keep putting profit like that above everybody else, then we're basically doomed to failure. Excuse me. We're doomed to failure, overpopulation, overpollution, stuff like that. But that's just my personal opinion, and I'm going to stick to it, and I know I'm going to be right, and I'm hoping I'm not right, but I know I'm going to be right. It's sad to say, but I don't want to see beautiful animals like the crow here disappear off the earth. But we are losing animals, we are losing things because of man's greed, and man's just after money. People are not content just to wake up, be happy, got food in their tummies, got something got a bit of cash they can spend on things and stuff like that. They can enjoy life. But that's either neither here nor there, really. But as I said before, the federal election is going to be won by Labor. The state election, Victoria election, is going to be won by Liberals. I don't want to vote Liberal this year. I really don't for the Victorian election, but I have to, because I will not trust a person that makes secret deals with China. Simple as that. I cannot trust the Victorian Labor government. That one decision he made, or they made, has basically lost the vote. Okay? Plus I was leaning towards Liberals because of the law and order problems we've been having in Victoria, which the Labor government hasn't been getting organised, fixed up, and not increasing the potential things and letting people loose. I mean, I'm sorry, but if you've got a person who's breaking into once, okay, fair enough, you give them a bit of a doubt, you put a bracelet on them saying, look, you've got to be confined to these areas. If you leave these areas, you're going to go to jail. That's what I would have done, not let them loose on the Australian people so they can break into another fucking house and hurt somebody else or put somebody else in hospital or carjack them. Okay, so they had multiple options they could have done there, which they never did. They haven't increased the laws, as far as I'm concerned, make it tough enough to make it mandatory. If you do a second offence, like you're breaking somebody's house, you get a minimum of 10 years jail. That I would have put into place regardless of who you are. Right? Regardless if you're Sudanese or fucking white, or if you're fucking black, or if you're Asian, whatever fucking race you are, this is what you've got to do. But if they fail to do that, they've lost my vote. As I said before, I've told you about the federal government. Labor's going to win that one. So far, Bill Shorten hasn't said too much. Hasn't said pretty much nothing at all that's going to fuck him over. As long as he keeps his mouth shut, doesn't mention the Republic, and doesn't mention anything that's too drastic. That he keeps to policies and sticks to policies. Doesn't try to attack the government. That's another thing. When you're about food, I was here eating, and you came here afterwards. I think I gave you a little bit of food before. You had that, so go away. Oh, you want the food? Yeah, no. Go. Anyway, this brings me to another point. In question time, all the Liberals seem to do is attack Labor. They get asked a legit question, but instead of answering that question, they attack Labor. That makes me angry. And actually, it looks like they're a bunch of fucking wankers, really, the Liberals. Makes them look like children, and makes them look pathetic, especially with a ScoMo with a bloody hat on. God, tell him to get off the bus, go back to Canberra and do his fucking job. Not ride the bloody bus, ScoMo bus, and trying to look like we're going to win the next election. That's a joke. Everybody can see through it. It's a bit like when he said he's going to move our embassy to Jerusalem. That was everybody saw that one coming, didn't they? That was just to try to get some more people in a certain seat to vote Liberal. That's what all that policy was all about. Nothing more, nothing less. Okay. That was a bit of a joke policy, a bit like this leader, a bit of a joke that no one voted in. But it sure as hell we can vote you bastards out. Just remember that. Okay, I might be only one voice, but I might be one voice out of millions that had enough. Right? We don't want you to sell Australia to overseas. We don't want you to give it to foreign bloody owned companies or foreign owned banks. We want Australians to do jobs in Australia and also on the waters of Australia, in the air of Australia, and on the land of Australia. Okay, Australians first, no matter what colour you are. If you're an Australian citizen, you should have the right first to any job in this country. Okay, that's my personal opinion, and if the government stands up for that, then I'll back that government 6 ways from Sunday. Not only that, and if any government has the balls enough to scrap this TPP and to get rid of that one body thing that the foreign companies can potentially sue Australia for, then that government, the party, will have my vote. Okay? Honestly, Pauline Hanson could do a better job running this goddamn fucking country than ScoMo can. Okay? At least she got voted in by the people. Not like this wanker. Anyway, you all take it easy, everyone, and have a great day. And I could have a lot more to say. I could probably say more for ages, but I've got things I wanted to get done today. We'll try to get done today anyway. Oh well, you all take it easy and have a great day, everyone.